Welcome to The Point, News from Noise daily market call presented by Kattan, Ferretti Financial. We are cutting out all the clickbait, the advertisements, the self-promotion content that you're getting from CNBC, from Business Insider, from Bloomberg, and we're only taking the news that matters and condensing it and putting it right in your inbox daily. I'm Brad Roth, CEO of Kattan Ferretti Financial. This note is being put on by Bobby Fry and Cameron Roth, who work very, very hard, late nights, early mornings to get this to you every single day. Do not forget to subscribe to this note. Also, do not forget to subscribe to our full podcast, The Investment Advisors, which you can find on iTunes and Google Play if you want a really deep dive and deep look into our firm, as well as get great insights from all the guests we have. So let's get right into it. This is The Point Daily Market Call presented by Kattan Ferretti Financial.
Good morning. This is The Point, News from Noise. Cameron, take it away with our news this morning.
Thanks, Bobby. Looking at the national focus, the U.S. dollar is slightly higher this morning with crude oil, U.S. stock futures, and the U.K. all trading lower. Jamie Dimon, the J.P. Morgan CEO, said it's time to start rebuilding America again as trouble focus on infrastructure. News attention will also be focused on former FBI Director James Comey's testaments on Thursday, as today Apple is set to announce another product launch. Morgan Stanley sees the U.S. and Japan equity markets outperforming Europe over the next year, along with other insights, including a brighter view for investment-grade debt and high-yielding bonds. Buy the dips and sell the rips until it stops working, said CBS Money Watch, as bull markets climb a wall of worry. With Treasury yields falling to near pre-election lows, Goldman and Morgan Stanley see volatility ahead. Looking across the ponds, most of the focus in the UK, following the unfortunate terror attacks of the weekend, will be on this week's elections and on Thursday's ECB meeting. Euro area manufacturing and services continue to expand at the fastest pace in 6 years, powered by growth in the region's two biggest economies, Germany and France. The UK Purchasing Managers Index reported 53.8 for May versus 55.8 in April, which still suggests expansion, and the UK car registrations fell 8.5% just in May. In Saudi Arabia, Egypt, and Bahrain and the United Arab Emirates had cut relations with Qatar after accusing the country of interfering in internal affairs and supporting terrorism, and Qatar traded at a negative 7%. China and Australia traded lower overnight, while Japan was little changed after wage growth advanced at the fastest pace. Now, Bobby, I see terrorism, infrastructure plans, and an Apple release. When you want to dive a little deeper into those for us?
Yeah, I think it's kind of hard to say this or put it in perspective when it's such an emotional response from the world regarding, the terrorist attacks over the weekend. But to put it in a little bit of perspective with how it affects your money, looking back to the 70s, there were plenty of years where we had more than 100 attacks per year on international and domestic flights. And as you see, markets aren't reacting in any extreme manner to like heightened terrorist attacks, right? I think a lot of that has to do, first of all, with how quick and swift the response was. When you see in the UK that they're making arrests the next day, there's only so much more that these terrorists are going to get away with. And also, most importantly, remember, as the market ran to its highs, it's done that on the best earnings reports in 6 years, right? Where are we now? Well, we're at the beginning of summer and at the end of our most recent earnings season, right? So as we look into the middle of the summer, markets are pretty much poised to trade sideways inside of a risk range, and they're going to react mostly to company news. And as CBS noted in that report, right, markets, when they're in bull markets, they still climb a wall of worry until they hit their top. So we're not quite at the top of the risk range yet where we're really worried about some kind of immediate sell-off. It's going to take a look into earnings season at the end of this next earnings season until there's really some drastic moves. So I still like looking at things like Apple's release today, things that are driving us towards innovation in our market. And I honestly think, as we said last week, paying attention to a lot of things going around with Trump are certainly entertaining. They're not necessarily things that are driving market decisions. However, I am very excited to see what happens here with his plans around infrastructure. It seems like, he's made next to no headway speaking to his, fulfilling promises to the people who elected him, versus there hasn't been a swift reversal of Obamacare. There hasn't been much move on travel bans. And most think that he should have started with infrastructure plans. If we can pass something in the $1 trillion range for an infrastructure plan in America, that's something coming out of the White House that will affect markets. So we'll keep poised to see how those developments go. We'll keep taking a look at Federal Reserve data as it comes out. And I think we're poised to trade in a range until we see more earnings or something unexpected comes about. So what do you think, Cam, in the sports world?
Looking over in the sports world, last night Golden State defeated the Cavaliers 132-113 to take a 2-0 series lead as they head back to Cleveland. Over the weekend, Nashville also beat the Penguins 5-1 to cut the series lead in half, as Game 4 will be tonight in Nashville. Duffner held off the Reign and Ricky Fowler to win Jack Nicklaus's Memorial Tournament yesterday. And Jimmy Johnson won at Dover, marking his 83rd win and putting him 6th all-time.
Thanks, Cam. This has been The Point. News from Noise for Monday, June 5th, 2017. We'll see you all back here tomorrow.